today we're talking about the humble tomatilla. And if you look at it, it almost looks like a green tomato. It's actually a member of the nightshade family. It doesn't taste like a tomato, but it does look like a green tomato. When you buy it, even though it has a husk, so I'm not certain if you can see that. Oops, go this way. There's a husk attached. I'm gonna peel that off a little bit. Okay, but this is what it looks like. And you wanna look for a husk that's green, like this. And it's still a little, you don't want the ones that are brown or that the husk is all dried, because that's an older tomatilla. So you want the ones that are green. You're just gonna use your hands and it peels away. So you just peel it off. I got a boo-boo this morning, do you see? I was bleeding everywhere. Okay. So you see, there, we just peel that husk off and you give it a yank, okay? So now it kind of looks like either a green cherry, or if I took that thing off, now it looks like a tomato, right? Just looks like a green tomato. Again, doesn't taste like a green tomato. You can eat these raw, it's not a problem. Kind of a sour taste and not something that I think is lovely, but you can. You will notice when you peel the husk off, the skin is waxy, it's a little sticky. Kind of like when you're chopping up fresh garlic and you take that out of the husk and it's got that kind of the greasy, waxy feeling. That's what these have. So you can wash them and it'll still be a little sticky, but it'll come off. Okay, so now, like I said, you can eat these. Hey Nancy, good morning. Hola, señora. You can eat these raw. You can make a salsa out of these raw. I just don't think the taste is great. It's a little too sour for me. And I like how when you roast things, everything gets sweeter. So before you got here, because you know we would be sitting here, we would have a long show. I chopped up one onion and I just quartered it. Took the outside off, quartered the onion. I did 6 tomatillas. Now you can see kind of the size of the tomatilla. So I did 6 of these and I just quartered it. Okay, so once you take off the husk and you take off the little top, you just quarter it. And then I also did 2 pretty good size poblano peppers. Poblano peppers. And 1 jalapeno. If you're not a big hot person, you don't have to put the jalapeno in. Sometimes jalapenos are like really great and it has some zing. Sometimes they're kind of dud and they're in the middle. So you have no idea. I mean, you really don't know what you're getting with the jalapeno until you start eating it. Now I will say, like I said, I quartered the onion. I quartered 6 tomatillas, the poblano pepper and the jalapeno pepper. I went ahead and I cut it up kind of like in the same size that the quarters of the onion and the tomatilla was, because I wanted everything to cook about the same time, and I didn't want like the big poblano pepper. You don't have to. You can just throw those things on there, the tomatillas and the poblano peppers and the jalapeno pepper, just like it is. But, and if you do that, it's kind of easier to deseed. So like when it's all done, you just pull that top part off and it all comes out. But again, you got to touch it when it's all gucky. So if you go ahead and take out the seeds and the top and then you give it a little dice, there you go. I tossed all this in a little oil, olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever you got. Quite frankly, I cheated. So bad. So bad. I just took all the vegetables in a roasting pan, right? I sprayed with the canola oil spray and oil like you're gonna spray a baking dish. I just sprayed. I gave them a flip. I sprayed again. I made sure everybody, was wet in the party. Then a little salt and a little pepper. That's it. Give it a little toss. Stick it in the oven, 400 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes. And this is what you get. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a scoop just because I don't want to miss anything. All the yumminess. La. Okay, so you say, okay, Cindy, what else goes in there? Yumminess. All right, we're gonna put some cilantro in. Those of you who don't like cilantro, don't use it. All right, it's no big deal. You don't have to put it in. Is that how you got your boo-boo? No, that is not how I got my boo-boo. I was opening mail. I was going through the mail and sorting the bills. And then so what I do is I sort the mail and I put the crap to one side and the bill to the other side, or whatever I need to deal with. And so then I went to pick up all the empty envelopes and all of that, and I think there was a staple or something, and it just jabbed right in there. And I swear to you, blood everywhere. I was like, ah, and I got the paper towel and hold it in the air, and then it was fine. It stopped bleeding. I put Neosporin on it. Everything was good. And when I started getting everything together, I guess I banged it or poked it, and then it started bleeding all over again. So there you go. Blood loss. If I pass out today, it's because of blood loss. No. All right, so I'm going to use about a cup, that's a big old handful, of cilantro. If you got it in the grocery store, you don't have to take the stems off, but I tend to take the stems off. You can give it a rough chop just to give your blender a head start. So about a cup of cilantro. So see, there's my cilantro. That's what I got left. And I'm going to use some of that in a little bit. Okay, now, so we have our veggies and our cilantro in there. Most tomatilla sauces, if you look for recipes online, will tell you that it's maybe onions. Tomatillas, onions, maybe some garlic, salt, pepper, and either lemon or lime juice. And that's pretty much it. And it's a very basic sauce. I have found that adding the poblano peppers gives it a whole nother depth of flavor. I just think it really adds to the green sauce. So we're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna add half teaspoon of pepper. I'm just gonna sprinkling pepper in your paprika. I'm also gonna put in about a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. You don't need it per se. Again, I'm going for layers of flavor, half a teaspoon. Now, remember the end of last week, we made roasted garlic in the oven. We roasted those huge heads of garlic and then we put a little oil, a little salt and pepper, wrapped it in foil, stuck it in the oven. Then when we took it out, we just squeezed it and it was that sweet, lovely, yummy roasted garlic. And then we put it all in a little container, plastic or otherwise, and then put some oil, some olive oil, and then so we have our roasted garlic. So if you didn't make roasted garlic with us, you certainly could have put some garlic cloves on your pan, and you could have done that. Look at this, a Polish pottery knife. Yeah, you don't think I have everything, right? A Polish pottery knife. I do, I'm a sucker. Good morning, Linda. Hey, Bess, good morning. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put in, now, I'm a big garlic person, so you may say 3 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna say 6 cloves of garlic. And remember, I kind of smushed mine up. So if yours is smushy, you might wanna just say maybe a teaspoon, whereas I'm gonna use a tablespoon. Okay. All right, I still have lots of garlic. So good. All right, is that it? No. 2 other things I'm gonna add to this, and you're gonna think it's a little weird. I'm gonna use a teaspoon of sugar. There's no recipe that calls for a teaspoon of sugar, but I'm telling you that I like the contrasts, right? So I like the sweet and the sour and the salty and the, all of that. And then the last thing we're gonna do is lemon juice. Now, most recipes call for lime juice, and quite frankly, hey Jackie, I know, well, I'm kind of naughty when it comes, I don't go out and drink. I don't get my hair done in a salon. I don't buy a lot of clothes or shoes. My big things are Polish pottery and yarn. So, that's what I spend all of my allowance on. Polish pottery and yarn. That's it. So, okay. Most recipes will call for lime juice, and lime juice is probably a better option in here, but I didn't have any lime juice, and I didn't have any limes, and I wasn't going to the store. An actual lemon would probably be better. Again, didn't have it. I have tub O, or, plastic container that goes in your refrigerator of lemon juice. Chefs all across America are taking in audible gasp right now that I would use something like this, but too bad. Okay, we'd use a whole tablespoon of lemon juice. That's gonna give us the tart, right? Okay, now I'm gonna put the lid on. We're gonna be loud. Do I have everything? Hold on, I gotta check. Okay, all the dishes are empty. Salt, pepper, garlic, cumin. Yes, everything is good. All right, ready? Loud noise. Of course you can't hear me, silly. I don't know why I have my hand on the lid. Do you do that just because you're scared to death the lid is gonna fly off? Although it's got a locking mechanism, so I have no idea why I'm so nervous that the thing is gonna fly off, but I do. Okay, you know what? The phone won't work with my Band-Aid. Okay, now you can decide, do you like a chunky sauce or do you not like a chunky sauce? I like it pretty pureed. Oh, so there we go. All right, you wanna see what color it is? So there's the top. That's what the color looks like. Now you gotta taste. Oh. Okay, so that's perfect, just like it is. Oh, this jalapeno was a little spicy. Wow. I'm going to take my tortilla, so just get a tortilla, heat it up. You can stick it in a skillet and brown it on both sides. You can cover them in foil and stick them in the oven, not the microwave. You can cover them with paper towels and stick them in the microwave. However you heat your tortilla. Now, I'm just gonna get chicken. Well, first onions and chicken. Let's do this. Yum. Okay, so I got the chicken on there. I think it needs more onion. There we go. Okay, so you could also do bell peppers, right? Green bell peppers, orange bell peppers, red bell peppers, whatever your little heart desires. And now, you're just gonna take some of that sauce. Look, and we're gonna drizzle the sauce. La 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 la. On top of our taco. And there you go. Wrap that sucker up. I don't want to lose any of the sauce. La la la. Okay. Wrap that sucker up, or if you want to be a little bit more festive, you can take just a little bit more of fresh cilantro. Tear that up. So you've got some fresh cilantro leaves. If you didn't saute onions and you prefer raw onions on your taco, there you go. All right. So first, for Taco Tuesday, we made a chicken taco with our tomatilla sauce. Somebody did a mad face. I don't know why they did a mad face. I'm sad. Then I'll ship beets to you after you grow. Nancy, I appreciate that. Okay, so that's our green sauce and that's our first meal. Now you say, okay, but I want something else to go with that or something else to do with my sauce. Okay, hold on one second. Let me not burn myself. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I might do is I'm gonna make a dip. This is wrong. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is make a dip. Now you could eat this just like a dip, just like it is, okay? Look at this. I don't usually spend a whole lot of money on, I know Polish pottery is not cheap, but I usually just buy the traditional pieces. But this is from a brand new factory, and it's called Malwa, M-A-L-W-A, but pronounced Malwa. And this was the very first year that she made anything, and this is called Daisy Delight. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, okay, so if I'm gonna make something different, if I'm gonna make a dip, I want this a little creamier. So I'm gonna take a scoop. Obviously, you could use the whole thing, but I'm making 6 different things, so I'm just gonna use a scoop. You can use all of that, and then you're gonna do, I need a fresh spoon. There we go. And then you're gonna do, so maybe a tablespoon. If you're gonna do the whole thing, I would do like a cup. I would put a whole cup of mayo, just regular mayo, not whipped mayo in the green sauce. Can you use Greek yogurt? Yes. Can you use sour cream? Yeah. I mean, it'll have a more of a tart flavor, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna put my, wait, before, you gotta see the little princess. Isn't she pretty? Okay, so I'm gonna put my green sauce in the bowl. Gosh, I got stuff everywhere. I got the green sauce in the center. I'm gonna cover all the way around with chips, right? Because it's Cinco de Mayo and we have to be pretty. And don't you miss, if you live in Texas, going somewhere and having chips and salsa or queso or whatever? I should have made queso today, but we've made queso before. Okay, so there you go. Now we have a chip, and now it's a thicker. Can you tell it's a thicker and it's a lighter color green? Okay, so whoop, want a chip? Here, I'm gonna do, there you go. Want a chip? Yum, yum, yum. Okay, we have a chicken taco with the green sauce all by itself. We used the green sauce as a basis. We add a little mayo, we stirred it up, and now we have a dip. But you say, what else can I do with this? And my answer is you can make this as a dressing. Now you can make it for salads or whatever, right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use the same one because I am. Okay, so I'm gonna put another amount of our regular green sauce, just the way it is. I'm also gonna add the mayo, just like I did before. So let's say you already have made the dip, right? You've already made the dip, but now you're like, I don't want to eat more chips and I have all this dip left, okay? So I'm gonna stir it up. This was just the regular sauce that we made, the green sauce, and the mayo that we added. Okay, so it's still kind of a thicker dip, right? Nobody's talking today. How come nobody's talking today? Say hello, say fiesta, say happy Cinco de Mayo, say Taco Tuesday, say something. I'm lonely, I got a boo-boo today and there was nobody to kiss it, nobody to make it better. Okay, so now, what else are you gonna have? I steamed some tamales. Now, I'm lazy. I buy these are just pork tamales. I find them in the refrigerated section, usually next to like the sausage and the bacon, that area, in my store anyway, I don't know where. Now they might have these in the frozen food section, but I don't know that I've ever seen them there. I've always found them in the refrigerated section. It looks delicious, thank you, dear. So, hey Julie, I used your Cinco de Mayo. There we go, thank you very much, guys. Anyway, so I just put this in my double boiler and put a little water in the bottom, put these in the top, and then let it come to a boil, and then I let it cook for like 20 minutes. All right, so we take the husk off. There's our little tamale, although we need, one is fine. No, we need two. Don't you think we need two? Okay, so 2 tamales. There we go. Husks down. Okay, so we have our 2 tamales. Boring just like that. Now, we did the sauce, right? This is our dip. We've already made our dip. But if we're gonna use it on the tamales, you can do it like that. Or if you'd like to thin it out just even a little bit more, you can add just a whiff of milk, just regular milk. 2%, skim, whole milk, it doesn't matter. Can you use almond milk? I don't know, maybe. Don't get sweetened almond milk, so I don't know. Soy milk, I suppose. Okay, now it's very thin. You see how thin it is? You can put this on a salad, awesome salad. Having a taco salad, this is awesome. But I'm gonna use it on my tamales. There we go. Okay, look at that. Look at that. And then we'll tear just to be, because you know every time there's a cooking show, they make it decorative. So let me make it decorative, unless you don't like cilantro, and then you're just like, ugh, why does she keep making it gross? But I think it's lovely. So anyway, what did we do? We made our basic green sauce using the humble, I tell you, tomatilla. Not a tomato, it doesn't taste like a tomato. Comes from the nightshade family, from Mexico and South America. This dip you can keep this in the refrigerator for a week. A week. You can keep it in the fridge for a whole week. So you can have Taco Tuesday, you can have Taco Wednesday, Taco Thursday, Taco Friday, Taco Saturday, and on and on and on. Or, like I said, you want to use just the green sauce, you can do that on a taco, right? So we did chicken tacos, and then we just put the green sauce straight on there. It's good, just like it is, right? Or take our green sauce, our basic green sauce, add some mayo. Once we add our mayo, then we have a lovely dip. It's a thicker dip, and we serve that with chips or veggies. If you're watching use veggies, you can do it that way. Then we want to thin it down even more to make it a dressing, like you put on a salad, or you can use it like if you steamed a whole bunch of veggies, you could use this on top of all the veggies. And so we steamed 2 tamales, and we used that on top of the tamales, okay? The basic green sauce, if you're thinking just tacos, please don't, because the basic green sauce is great on chicken. If you're baking chicken or cooking chicken on the grill, it's great on steak. It's great on pork. I mean, it really, and really any kind of veggie as well. So it's very versatile, and it gives, it's a nice little hint of spice. It's got, because I use the sugar and the lemon juice, you've got the acidity, the salt, the sweet, the sour, and then that roasted flavor, because we roasted all these vegetables first. So while I normally make 2 different dishes or 3 different dishes, and we only did one sauce, I wanted to show you that you can take this one sauce and the humble tomatilla and make a lot of different dishes. So this is great. The time that it takes you to cut everything up and throw it in the oven and roast it, really compared to the amount of meals you can get out of this, is nothing. This recipe is something to talk about. Nancy, that's funny. I've been dropped twice. You don't love me. I'm seriously having a hard time viewing your video. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody else. Drooling. I like the drooling. When that happens, I switch from the computer to my phone. Yeah, you might have to switch from Wi-Fi to your 4G or 4G to your Wi-Fi, just depending. Okay, so before we end, I was going to make, because it's Taco Tuesday, I thought, well, maybe we should have margaritas. I don't know. Tequila, as a general rule, gives me indigestion, or maybe it's the sweet and sour. I don't know what gives me indigestion. But on one of the times that I went on a cruise, I took my sister because she had never been on a cruise. And so for her birthday one year, I took her on a cruise out of Galveston. And so, in the ports, they're always trying to sell you stuff. Well, this supposedly is a banana flavored tequila. Now, I don't know if it really is, but that's what they told me it was. And we tested banana and vanilla and chocolate, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, so I thought, it does smell lovely. It says plantain, not banana. So I thought before we left, we'd have a little cheer, okay? So to you, raise your glasses. If you're still drinking coffee, you can drink coffee. You can do a little ya-ya. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Cinco de Mayo. We can be a little naughty today. And so I raise my shot glass to you. Whoa. It's a little early for me. Okay, so we've made a lot today, even though we started out with just one green sauce. So I'm kind of excited about that. Tomorrow, you get to see, if you joined us last Wednesday and you saw how we used the fermentation crock, and all we put in there was cabbage and salt and some caraway seeds. That was it. We put the lid on it, we sealed it with a little water, and it's been sitting on the counter for the last week. Tomorrow is our time tomorrow we're gonna open our fermentation crock and see what's inside. And what's inside is fresh made sauerkraut. And so tomorrow we're making sausage and potatoes and sauerkraut. So we're going from Mexico to more German, right, the more Slavic countries tomorrow. So we're going from South American to the Slavic country tomorrow. Salud! There you go. Cheers. So anyway, I think we've done a lot. I hope you have a fantastic day. From my kitchen to yours, happy Cinco de Mayo, happy Taco Tuesday, and I might have to have just one more of the banana tequila. So see you later. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye-bye.